We have made a cupcake plushie.
Nice throw!
Available now for a limited time. Link in the description. This YouTuber got roasted for his Nuzlocke again. We have a new review of my content with scathing criticisms ahead of us. So thank you as ever to Yan for Pokemon Challenges for doing this. These are always been hugely entertaining. Years ago, he reviewed one of our first Nuzlockes that we did on this channel of Pokemon Heart Gold. He did Pokemon Black and White 2, well, Black and White, and reviewed that. Now we're on Black and White 2. Yes, we did not use a Master Ball on Virizion. Shout out to the Black and White 2 clickbait game here. You do what you gotta do on YouTube, right? My first concern is I can already see the sponsored. The man's had his balls shaved again. Manscaped has reached out to me several times since Yan reviewed me, and they keep asking if I want to sponsor, and it's just not something I'm gonna do. I'm not sponsored to shave your balls, but you're getting your word out there, so good job. So, welcome to the Pokemon Black and White 2 Nuzlocke.
And welcome to my review of it.
And welcome to my review of your review, Yan. It's good to see you.
As long as your start is appropriately leveled, you should be able to always get through this fight no matter what.
Here we go. Encounter time. Oh, he's just skipping the first. Okay, I mean, I almost died there, but sure, that's not worth including.
So he's gonna go for a double encounter
He's a
here.
double. There's a Magby. This is a mistake. That is.
Something worth noting here. So his Pokemon aren't leveled here except for his starter, and that's because RT plays on a console. He doesn't play on an emulator, so he doesn't have access to speed up or hacking and rare candies, which is.
I'm actually really glad he acknowledged this because, oh my god, I got so many criticisms on the last Nuzlocke review where it's like, why isn't he using rare candies? And it's like, hardware. Physical hardware. I'm actually really glad he's made a point of this. Thank you.
My suggestion here would actually be to kill the Magby and kill the Patrat. And I say this because Magby is actually quite weak, even if it evolves into Magmar later. It's just kind of outclassed by other fire types. More importantly, though, Magby is really hard to catch because it is a baby Pokemon, and baby Pokemon have really low catch rates.
That actually is a really good point on the low catch rate, and that's something I really should have factored in. But I completely disagree with his criticism here. Because it's a Patrat.
And he's going to have to throw a lot of balls until he catches this. This is going to be really spooky. Speaking of a lot of balls, are you still washing yourself?
Disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Manscaped, but my content is going to endorse it twice here. So, congratulations, Manscaped. You're going to reach more balls to shave.
That's right, the body buffer. Let me unpack it for you real quick.
Oh, he's not going to shave his balls, is he?
The body buffer.
I mean, it actually seems
is
pretty
how
good.
A modern man gets rid of dead
That's a
skin cells on his body.
You know, because we can't have these scrubs where it's just like, oh, it's got a pretty floral print on it and it's pink. No, we need like nondescript black scrubber because we're men.
Run.
Okay, no, we're
Run.
gonna. Yeah, no, we just have to get out of there.
Magby's not that good.
Disaster.
Honestly, it could have been worse. He could have also lost Lillipup or the whole run.
Like we did almost just die at that point in the run. We were dangerously close because we had just really bad luck, honestly, with like the burn landing on us more than anything and just taking colossal damage. Like, it was a very stupid play to go for that, but content.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mention something. Let's see if it happens.
Zubat is not bad. The main problem is that this is our we've jumped forward to Castelia City.
We can't
This is our encounter.
Yeah.
And this is when we wasted it because our rival sucks and he's very average.
If you go into the sewers for the first time, rappel through until you finish the quest with your rival.
Yeah, I could have used that
very
advice.
likely kill your encounter here, and the encounters here are quite good. Rattata and Zubat, as stupid as it sounds, are actually very, very good encounters. Going through with a rappel here to prevent your rival from killing it and then encountering it on your own, I think is a really, really good option.
This is really solid advice though for actually nuzlocking this. That's what you do.
Eevee is only level 19, so if you use a repel with a level 19 up front,
Oh,
Eevee is
this
100%.
bit, we cheesed
Really
it.
nice suggestion by Sleepy Penguin here. I really, really like it. This is what's called repel manipping.
Oh, he's
If you know
okay
the
with it,
exact
though.
encounter type,
All
you can
right, I
sometimes
thought he'd
figure
be
out
more
these
critical
ways
of
where
that.
You can guarantee or heighten the chances of certain Pokemon by using repel.
I thought he was just gonna be like when it came to reviewing that bit, it's like you're YouTube cheating. But hey, it's okay because the game lets you do it.
Oh, this is kind of risky. Judging by his team, this is really risky.
Oh yeah, no,
my
this was
yeah.
risky. Yeah, this is the crit.
God.
So now, okay, the berry.
That's all right. And
The berry means at least he's not dead to another non-crit, but he is dead to another crit, and he has to hit this Fire Fang. So what I would have liked to see is him to sack the Lillipup here. You get the Darmanitan in for free, and you can get through pretty easy stuff.
That sounds like really solid advice. It's a shame I just YouTube rolled the dice and just tried to wing it. We just lucked out on this. There's gonna be a theme as we go along this. It's like, huh, that would have been good to do. Oh well. Gartita, if you want to piss Yan. Oh, I absolutely yes. Okay, no, that's what we're going for.
This is targeted harassment.
Yes, it is.
Oh, fuck off.
Best Generation 5 Pokemon.
Yeah. Let's hear. Let me hear.
Oh,
Okay, good one, dude.
Like he had a full like kind of emotional breakdown last time this was featured, and we didn't even use it in the last run. You know, so he might be having a bit of trouble.
All right, at least it's gonna be pretty straightforward here because he has Rock Slide and Earthkeep. I mean, what else? How do you lose this?
Mean.
How do you lose this?
You don't.
Exactly. You don't.
Kept me waiting.
And we're off to play.
No, he just skips it. All right, yeah, we don't need to see that one.
I kind of like his team here. The Gothita is obviously a troll.
Hang on, so just so you can see the team, because I'm covering it a bit as we go here. I'm still gonna continue to cover, I think, just for camera setup and consistency in that. There's nowhere out there. Where do you want me to go? You know, I'm there's nowhere else. Just put your cam over his. We're like in the same room. Co-commentator, what do you think of that play?
I'd like to see a different Pokemon on this team, obviously.
That's an interesting call. I'm not sure how I feel. I think we had the best one there.
Kind of losing a lot of HP on the do what already, which I don't like.
Not looking good, is
I
it
think
for him,
Whimsicott
Yan?
might be
I don't know
better
how he's
choice
gonna
here,
pull
but-
through this one.
You could go Ducklet into Whimsicott here to, I'm pretty sure, bait the Bulldoze because Whimsicott is fast.
What if we just get something killed instead? Because that's just a simpler plan.
Wait, can we just get another mushroom? They're static encounters.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
getting
we can
double
just
static
pick
encounters.
one up later.
I mean, if you
Oh,
have infinite Fungus,
see
then
you
fucking
later,
sack it. Yeah, go for it. Who
Just
cares?
throw
That's
Fungus
how
in.
you're
There you
ruining
go.
it. I like the air balloon strat here. Really cool. Well played.
Air balloon acquired.
Super, super nice.
Here we simply EQ. We can revenge this.
Oh, and we're done with that fight too. We're hopping on again. Oh, we're gonna see some of the times where we just
my
nearly
God.
died randomly.
God, I hope I land this razor shell.
I mean, even if you miss, you'll be fine, right? Oh, unless you get sand tombed. Oh, that's so awkward. Wait. Oh, I need to switch to Whimsicott. I didn't even see that. Now
I really hope I land this razor shell.
he really has to hit. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Holy moly. All right.
There's a lot of moments in this where it's like we're just an inch away from death and everything rapidly collapsing. Like I think if we lost Samurai at any point, we would have just lost the run. Oh no. Take a mag.
I was about to say,
Why are you faster?
Xka is like 88, and I think
Magmar.
like Magmar is more than
Why
90
was that
base
so
speed.
fast? Like I knew my Excadrill was slow, like slower than the average Excadrill. I did not factor in the fact that Magmar is higher than 90 base speed, which is stupidly fast. Like just look at him. Like he's like a bulky boy.
I think the problem is actually a lot of people overestimate how fast Excadrill is,
So it's not that.
especially for minus speed.
That wasn't
This is
the
something that I
problem.
would call like an autopilot. Like,
Underestimated Magmar.
yeah, it kind of makes sense that you thought the Magmar was probably slower and you just one-shot with Earthquake and you're probably going to be fine. And like a lot of times you're going to get away with stuff like that. But the thing to note here is he had a really safe switch into Samurott, right?
Yes,
so there's
I
just
did.
no reason to risk it. He was just kind of on autopilot. It sucks, but it happens. Okay, so you kind of know. So in this position, right, you're attracted, and you've just switched into an attract. You kind of know that she's going for potion next turn. I would definitely switch back into Jolteon here and just repeat this play. We'll switch again. Maybe a roll
Did
actually kills it,
we-
and if not, you have
I
another
don't-
opportunity to like go for it.
don't
I think this just
think-
makes sense.
We did that
Okay,
at
that's a
all.
bit mean.
Yeah, now you're just like taking a lot of unnecessary damage.
Yeah,
on
Okay,
the
we
Samurott.
just stayed in.
I really don't like it.
I have to switch into Savior at this point.
Oh yeah, now you're taking damage on this too.
Yeah, so this is getting really
Yeah,
bad
you
at
kind
this
of
point.
Let attract mess up his tempo more than
You're
you needed to here.
Jolly Dramatitan. Oh, I might have to sacrifice the best. I think I have to sacrifice the best.
While I am obviously on board with sacrificing this garbage tier shit design, he's obviously afraid of Bubble Beam here, right? That is like the move that is one.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree, Anne. It's okay. But you know, I'm glad you support that play.
I just think that the Samurott pivot makes the most sense here. I don't think you need to sack, but like obviously.
Like that's my solution is the easiest one, which is death. I'm sorry, Anne. He's gonna be so disappointed. This thing's dead.
I'm so
This thing's
disappointed.
dead.
But not because you sacked Gothita, but because there was a better play.
Hang on, sorry. Can someone isolate that clip? I think that's important to have in isolation. Yep, just remove the context.
Rotation battles is just so
One
much
of these
RNG.
Pokemon
I
is
really
not-
don't
Oh
like them.
God.
But I also really don't like is that he has this Aggron just out against a
Alright,
Druddigon that I'm
well,
pretty sure learns fighting
Aaron
type
hacks you.
moves.
We learned this the hard way.
That's a bit scary. RT.
Yeah,
is
he
not
knows.
hap-
Like, this is like Walter White in the car level of screaming right now, and it's like I just can't hear him, and we're just going for it. It's a real shame. Hoping maximum damage works in my favor there someday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Revenge?
Oh. Oh.
Type is revenge.
Oh.
What the YouTube? Also, because I really should have known even for asking what type. I had revenge on Samurott, and I just completely brain farted. In that moment, I should have remember what a Dradagon does. You can see the pain in his expression. Like, look at that.
Oh man, you got to be aware of your move. I mean, that's just a knowledge
Oh,
gap,
I
right?
hope
I can't
this
really
gets us
blame
there.
him, knowing that
Oh,
revenge exists there.
no.
All right, here's the controversial decision. He's gonna be using the legendaries again, like he did last time. And you know
Here we
what?
go.
I think it's hype. Capturing the legendaries is hard. They do a lot of damage back to you. You need use a lot of strategy to get them. And you know what? He's not grinding. He's not speeding up. He's not using rare candies. So let's let him have some fun.
It's interesting that's the way he's even phrased it, because we're not even going for a master ball on this. We are trying to catch it legit, and I mean the circumstances are going to show itself for Virizion here in a moment. But yeah, like fun fact as well, and this is something that I knew before going into the Nuzlocke. Yan actually has a tier list for Gen 5 that I have seen before, and of the Musketeer trio, Virizion, he says, is the one where you can actually use that and it's fine. The other two, he says, are kind of broken, kind of strong, but Virizion is the one that he says is okay, which is just kind of interesting. So I'm curious to see what he says about that in a moment.
Ball and risk it.
Oh,
This is like
Pokemon!
5% to catch, I'm pretty sure. I think quick ball first turn on the
This is
legendary
so
is like
stupid.
5%.
But we were just doing this for the content.
Fallen mankind.
It's 1 in
Oh,
20.
he's so dead.
Oh.
He's so dead.
Oh, he's gonna try the next one.
Here we
We
go.
get one shot.
It's 5%, dude. Like, it's not terrible.
You underestimate me, Yan.
Damn it, I thought that was gonna work. Wait, we get a second shot.
Can you just keep going?
Wait.
I think you
I
can.
have an idea. I'm going to timer ball stall it.
Okay.
This
You know
is
what?
How is Pelipper actually equipped to deal with this?
Hell
When
yeah.
the turn is passed, we get a timer ball. Keep
This is like
Pelipper.
also
No,
just like
Pelip-
4%.
Pelipper's purpose.
Turn 10
So
timer
low.
ball, late
Timer ball.
legendary. It's like 4 or 5%. There's no fucking way. Okay, dude. He deserves it. Fuck it.
Thank you.
Give
Thank
it
you.
to
You
him.
did it, Pelipper!
Give it to him.
Yes!
Let him fucking sweep the
It's
game with
back
this
up.
shit.
that was such a stupid moment. I was realistically expected to have to grind for like the next 6 hours, but hey, we didn't have to.
So I think if he leads Virizion
we go.
here,
Okay.
he could just sword
I think
stance
I
up to
just
plus
sword
4 and
stance
probably
immediately.
sweep. Yeah, I don't see why he... Okay, if you're going to use a setup strategy, like, he is not in a position where he ever needs to, like, go now. There's, like, the skill of using setup strats is to know when to press go.
Oh, no.
basically.
Okay, Dragon Tail, he's gonna
Oh,
switch
here's
it.
a weird misplay that we did.
64. No!
And now, like...
No, not the shell!
We were in a lot of trouble here.
Okay, Jan?
Oh, this is perfect, actually. This is so good, he can stop the sweep. It's fine, he dies the Dragon Tail.
Because I was terrified he was
Nice.
just gonna set up with Dragon Dance at this point. We lucked out with Shelmet having Yod, otherwise we would have been in a lot of trouble. Crit range.
That's a lot of damage.
Glad we gotta roll the
He's
blizzard.
actually going to risk a blizzard here. He's in crit range and he has to risk a blizzard now.
Come on.
He literally had it. He just had it with Virizion.
Thank God.
Oh, that was so much more risky than it had to be, RT. Come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
no, it
important when
was.
you're reviewing your Nuzlocke if you're trying to get better. Even if you get out of fights and it worked out, right? It's what we call result-based analysis, right? It's not good. You need to evaluate your decisions from before you knew how the battle was going to end up. Because there's a lot of worlds where that Blizzard misses or that Earth Power crits, and he might just actually wipe there. Like, I don't know. Virizion probably takes out the Flygon.
He's absolutely right with his critique. Like, I'm being stupid. But this was way more dramatic, I like to think, because of thanks to my own incompetence. Because if I'm an expert playing this game, and I just get through a clean sailing, that's not going to be very entertaining. But if you have an idiot at the helm, yes, it's a wild ride, because you don't know when I'm going to YouTube it all up for no reason.
So something worth noting here is I think this I saw this last fight too. Virizion had leftovers, and I think something worth noting is you can always teach your Pokemon Protect. Protect is always available no matter what, pretty much in every Pokemon game. I think there's some where it's not, but usually it is.
Actually, yes, in this particular Pokemon game, I'm actually shocked I have a bit more knowledge than Yan on this. You only get Protect on the Pokemon World Tournament and the Battle Subway. And because we're playing by Nuzlocke rules, there's an incredibly risky spot to go into and actually grind the points for. So no, Protect actually isn't available at all. Actually, specific Gen 5 knowledge of mine coming in there.
Something worth noting that RT is doing here is if you're facing a Drapion, you have no super effective moves because you don't have a ground type move. Use special moves instead of physical because its physical bulk is a lot better than its special bulk.
Okay, Hydreigon. Now this is the fear.
I don't know if I consider that at all.
Yeah, this is fine.
Crunch is amazing.
He gets justified here, right?
Justified.
Oh, that's so good.
That
Actually,
is
attack
the
was
only
good.
way we got through
He's
Hydreigon
gonna
as
pick
well.
up the
Yeah,
shot
that's
that
quite
I
off.
would have otherwise.
Really
Toxicroak
good.
is the last
Like
one.
we like Hydreigon is honestly so scary. It probably would have swept the rest of our team if we hadn't got that particular setup and baited him with the crunch. Because we might not have even killed him in one shot. Hydreigon is like a bulky monster of a Pokemon. We're like barely surviving a lot of these fights, and it's very specific situations that are leading us to victory.
I really think he should switch into Jolteon here. I'm pretty sure he can kill. Like, if he's willing to sack anyway, you might as well go into Jolteon and Volt Switch, right? See if Volt Switch maybe kills, because it's going to do more than Ice Fang. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. The reason I'm critical of this decision is because Drapion is so good for the E4.
Yeah.
Now victory can just come
We-
in and clean up.
Like, honestly, I think part of the reason why we did it that way is we had a little bit of bias towards some of the other Pokemon. I was kind of worried that Jolteon might have just got crit one shot or something as well if I switched it in.
If it doesn't kill and Jolteon ends up dying, I think I would rather lose Jolteon than Drapion at this point, just because.
But we love Jolteon.
Yeah, the Darmanitan does do a lot of damage and it's fast, but like I said, it can
It's so
kind of
few
only ever go
applications.
1-for-1 because it takes so much damage.
We don't even
right?
use it too
You're
much
not
in
going to
the
be put
Elite
into
Four, I think.
situations with Darmanitan in this Elite Four where you just like one-shot 3 Mons in a row. That's where Glasskin and Pokemon really shine. It never really does this, and therefore I think this is a mistake to bring it. I understand why he does it, and it's because he doesn't want to grind up an entirely new Pokemon,
Yeah.
but I think seeing a little bit more of a defensive option on this slot would make a lot more sense to me. Like, this is kind of what I mean. Like, yeah, you're going to kill this Reuniclus, but like, how do you ever get this back in? Like, this is, you have to remember, this is
We
with
don't.
Darmanitan being put in a perfect position after a Volt Switch
We
kill.
just
So you
toss
get
a
the free
rock
switch. Like, how do you
once.
ever bring this back in, except with another Volt Switch kill? Which is like sometimes hard to set up, right? I guess because it's come up, and this is something really easy to teach you for your Nuzlocke, and it's actually really useful. From
we
Gen
go.
5 onward, predicting what the AI is going to send into next is very easy. AI will send in the Pokemon with the highest base power move, accounting for type effectiveness on the Pokemon that you have out, and not accounting for stab. So in this example,
So not
if this
stab.
Golurk has, for example, Earthquake, AI will see Earthquake as a 200 base power move on this Bisharp, accounting for type effectiveness, not accounting for stab,
That's kind of interesting.
and then send out that Golurk if that 200 is not beaten by any.
I don't know if I like knowing that personally. It is a handy tool for doing Nuzlocks, but I mean, if you know that and you start to play around that, like, you're going to be so honed in, if that makes sense. I kind of like to think it's a bit more chaotic and random than that, personally. You mash. Oh, I mean, but to each their own, you know. I mean, if you're looking to strictly improve in your Nuzlocke run, then yes, that's very good knowledge to consider. And you can easily manipulate the AI into using a certain move.
So we have to make sure that we go into Golurk at the start of each round when he has
This
a
is
new
why Golurk
Pokemon.
is so important, yeah.
Yeah, you need a ghost type for this.
He's using Bounce.
Yeah, so it probably saw a kill with Bounce because it's 4x super effective. Oh, if he taught this Protect, it would be so good.
We don't want to protect.
It
We don't
probably
protect.
walls it, right? Like, does this even have a move to hit this with if it doesn't have
Don't get protect, yeah.
balance? If it can't hit with balance? Oh, that's so awkward.
Paralysis
Really
is awful
unfortunate
on
'cause
this.
this Pokemon is so important to the battle.
Yeah, you need to account for that, especially if you're going to use Fly to, like, kill stuff. Oh, now it's really, really awkward. Like, you might get it here, but
Yeah, like, this was a horrible fight. If we didn't get paralysis,
Dodge
it
the
would have
attack
gone
and
so
retaliate.
much smoother. Yeah, just being a bad co-host. He needs to listen to Daniel and comment on what Daniel is saying. You know, I'm doing all the talking, like, to you here, right? This is a very one-sided relationship here. I don't know what's going on.
oh, that's so
I can
scary.
attempt to fly. It could just
This
stone
is
end zone
horrible
me if it
at this
lands
point in the
great or
battle.
something.
He has
I should've
Water
trusted my
Gem.
gut there. I have to go back in now.
That might actually be really clutch here. The Water Gem might be super clutch.
Fly.
Why did he switch?
Water gem doesn't matter.
I just need a bit of damage, so the surf will be enough. Come on, Golurk.
Oh, these bulk ups are so scary, and you're paralyzed.
Yeah,
Oh, he's bulking up so much.
yeah, this is getting
Starting
really
with double
bad.
damage and fly, by
Well,
the
I mean,
way.
this
I
is
think he
gonna be-
knows.
The reason I went into Golurk here at this point is I was fully committed to sacrificing Golurk. So it's like, okay, just get some damage out, and then Samurott comes in and hopefully kills it with the surf. Like, that was my logic. If I land at least one fly, I will be okay.
Why not Earthquake, by the way?
Yeah, we probably
Okay,
should.
Golurk is going to die. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in and surf Water Gem.
I think that kills. If it
should've been
does,
going
then the
Earthquake
gem is
there.
so clutch here because I think otherwise the thing just sweeps you.
We've had this exact scenario before.
I guess if it doesn't kill, then
And this time we're
Virizion
living it.
can clean
Like
up.
this,
but
this
it's
probably
so scary.
came down to
The
maximum
water gem
damage.
is actually
This
so,
was so
clutch.
close.
Oh my god, dude, gems are really good, by the way. Should always use them.
Like,
Thank
Wow.
God.
like I genuinely reckon that was within a few points of damage for picking up the kill there, and that there was a good possibility that would not kill.
It's worth noting too that Fly isn't actually that much more damage than Earthquake.
Oh.
Earthquake is 150 with stab, right? And Fly is like it's 90, so it's 180. It's more damage, but not
A little
that
more.
significantly.
It takes 2
It's
turns.
definitely
Yeah,
worth
it's a
thinking
fair
about not
point.
going for the Fly there, right? Like bringing the Ghost type was really strong, but I would have liked to see something like maybe.
Oh yeah, it's a fair point actually on the Cherry Berry. Our Golurk had Klutz. He couldn't use items. Yeah, no, that actually is a really solid point. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, we couldn't even pair with the Cherry Berry, so we were kind of just in a tight spot no matter what.
He plans the fights really well, but he doesn't quite plan them to the end. You know what I mean? But I think this is just like a thing of like lacking experience.
I feel like Jan says that every run. Is that 3rd time here? He's just lacking experience, you know. I feel like that's just a consistent point of note. And, you know, it's fair. I've only done 3 Nuzlockes in my life. Well, 4, but
You got a one shot. Come
Go
on.
straight for it.
It's the best you can do. There's nothing to play around here.
oh, this was brutal. From
If you
the
get burned,
start.
it's really bad. You need to go Rossberry here. Oh
That's pretty
no!
bad. If she heals,
This was rough.
I take too much damage.
Oh,
She's got
He's
the burn and
despairing.
flamethrower. I can live one more burn and flamethrower. I have to sword stance.
I think I like this call. Citrus Berry also obviously helping here, but like imagine if you had Rossberry, right? Like the way to
cutting
kind
it
of
so
treat these
close.
items is to think about like what fucks me the most, kind of. It's kind of hard to arrive at this conclusion, I think, right? But like, I
that's
think
one
it
way
kinda
to
makes sense
phrase
to go Rossberry here because you would just have such a huge tempo advantage if you do manage to get out of this not burned. I like the sword stance
Take
there.
it
I think
out.
it was a good call. I think this is a really good opportunity to switch in Darmanitan, actually. If you're expecting the flamethrower, although I think this also has like focus blast, right?
In retrospect, that's actually what I wish I did, because I know from just watching this fight back in particular a few times, because it's so down to the wire. Darmanitan's probably the only Pokemon on the team that's not really used at all in fighting the champion, because I felt like there wasn't a good moment to switch it in. This would have been the best moment, just to get a big block of damage.
Because imagine if this focus blast hit 2/3 HP. You're like this HP for when Haxorus comes in. How do you stop it?
Simple. We
Okay, and
dodged
imagine
both
that
blasts
hits
twice.
too.
Give us a bit of luck.
Like, I think Darmanitan was 100% the correct play.
No,
there.
it was.
Just
It
get
really
some rock
was.
Slides off or something. Like this is fine. Your goal with this Samurai is you can never be dead to +1 Dragon Claw, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of your goal. If you're dead to +1 Dragon Claw, you lose the fight, kind of.
Last one.
Everything would have died if
I might
Samurott
become
fell.
one
So you did
Pokemon.
kind of risk the run there, I think.
Gotta just go for
Like
it.
it all came
Just gotta
down to
recognize
this
that like your
one
lose and
moment.
win conditions are basically right. Like this is the scary part.
Oh, come on.
And he's fine
correct.
now, but I think he's only dead to crit. You got ice beam. You got ice beam.
If she heals, we don't get it. Correct. Don't you dare die here.
I don't think Aqua Jet kills.
Come on.
I'm curious why it still went for Earthquake and not Dragon Claw there, because I think Dragon Claw would have
Yeah.
come very close to killing.
Yes.
So like if Samurott was dead to that, the run is probably over.
He lives.
Rizion and Jolteon might not. He can probably still win, right? Because he has so many.
Actually, no, I guess it's about the same, because it's stab, it's 75. It's a little bit more damage. The crit would have been about the same.
Fast Pokemon. It's probably okay. Very well played though. He got a little bit lucky at the end. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely could have lost this run if.
What do you mean, yeah? It was pure skill when I dodged those 2 focus blasts in a row. Like, we just outplayed Iris that game.
Really well played by RT.
Thank
He
you.
had some great fights. Very, very good planning by him. He had a plan for everything. He wasn't surprised by anything. Super, super well played. He's evolving so much as a player. It makes me really happy to see. I hope he enjoyed the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's always a blast to watch RT play a Nuzlocke.
And it's always a blast to watch you watch my Nuzlocke.